Ebola don't kill lions, but the last human I ate that had Ebola, I was on the toilet for 30 days and 30 nights.
I'll play dead again.
Hey, what's poppin'? This your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? How am I doing? I feel spectacular. And yes, I know I've been gone a while. I'm back now. It's not my fault anyway. I've just been a little lazy. Actually, you know, that makes it my fault. And by the way, this is an XJW video. And if you want to support the XJW causes around the world, please hit the like button so this video can be seen by as many people possible. Every time you hit the like button, the algorithm shows it to somebody else. So whenever you're watching the XJW video, hit the like button. All right? Anyway, that's not important. What is important is today's video, I would like to talk to Jehovah Witnesses who may be watching this video. Hi there, you little brave son of a gun. Welcome to the channel. No, seriously though, welcome. And I would like to talk to you. And first off, I would like to start by trying to make you a little bit more comfortable. Like, for instance, I'm not an apostate. Surprised you. I know it, right? You thought I was. I'm not. And this isn't an apostate video. I don't make apostate videos. And yeah, I don't think I've ever been an apostate, according to you guys' definition, because once again, an apostate is somebody who lies and deceives and twists the truth. I'm not going to do any of those things. Therefore, not an apostate. And this is a perfectly fine video to watch. Now, I will say I might tell you some things that's a little bit difficult to hear. Now, when you hear things that's difficult, it helps you out. 90% of the time, if you hear something that's hard to hear, that's probably because you need to hear it. If I go out and I say, hey, your breath smells like booty hole wrapped in bacon, it may be hard to hear that, but at the end of the day, it may cause you to take the proper dental hygiene necessary to improve your very life and make you a lot more happy and confident. The point is this: you probably already hear stuff that you're uncomfortable with hearing all the time. Let's look at things logically. Because if you believe in God, right, and you believe God created us and God put the things in us that we need to survive and to thrive in this world, you have to look at the things that's inside of us. Like, for instance, we have common sense. Common sense protects us from being robbed and taken advantage of for the most part. If somebody came up to you and said, hey, if you give me $100, I'm going to get on my bike, go around that corner, and I'm going to bring you back a diamond worth $2.5 million. Your common sense is going to say, if you had a diamond worth $2.5 million, you wouldn't be giving it away for $100. And if I do give you $100 and you get on your bike and you go around that corner, what's stopping you from riding off into the sunset and me never seeing my $100 ever again? You see, that's the thing. Common sense protects us, and we should listen to it. But there are people in the world who will challenge your very common sense. Like if you were to see a lion out in the Serengeti, your initial instincts, your common sense is going to tell you, hey, you need to put as much distance between yourself and that lion as possible, and as quick as possible. But what if you're with like your preacher, and your preacher's all like, you just stay still and watch God protect us from this lion? Even the lion is going to look at you kind of weird. I'm sure that lion is going to be like, you know what, I feel like this guy is acting funny. I'm a lion. He should be running from me. Why isn't he running? He must got that Ebola or something. Ebola don't kill lions, but the last human I ate that had Ebola, I was on the toilet for 30 days and 30 nights. Anyway, the point is basically this. Does it make sense that somebody in a one-on-one relationship with God needs somebody else to communicate with God? Like, seriously, does that make sense to you? If you get in trouble or you do something that's problematic, shouldn't you be able to call God directly? Why do you need an antenna to reach God? Do you have like bad service in your house? I can understand you may be having not much of a signal inside of like, I don't know, like a strip club or something, you know? It's hard to call God up in there. It's something about all the titties that block the service. I don't know what it is exactly, but anyway. But the point is, you don't need anything else other than yourself to reach God and have a relationship with God. Now, if you did, if somebody else says that they're able to speak for God, that God is using them to speak to you, does that make any sense? If you believe in the Bible, you believe the stories in the Bible, you would have to then ask that person to perform a miracle. I mean, not no big miracle. You don't need like the earth or the sky to rumble, or you don't need like fireballs to come down. Just perform a small miracle and I'll believe you. You don't need a whole plague of locusts. Just pull one locust out of your pocket right now. Pull out one grasshopper and I'll listen to whatever you gotta say. And if you can't do that, all right, cool. I'll make it easier. Can you make like a little pebble levitate or something? No? All right, forget it. The simplest thing ever. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. Can you tell me what number I'm thinking of? If you can do that, then boom. Okay, I'll follow whatever you got to say. They cannot perform any miracles. They won't even pretend like they can perform a miracle. So why are we putting our lives and our happiness inside of their hands? They're just like me and you. They've been appointed, and you can't tell me that Jehovah appointed them, because there have been several instances. And this is something, once again, I'm not trying to lie to you. This is all things you can research, where an elder had an inappropriate relationship with an underage person. An elder was a predator to children. Several cases where this has happened. This is easily researchable by completely unbiased websites and news outlets. You can't tell me somebody who has done things like that was picked by God to be his mouthpiece. I refuse to believe anything of the sort. And you should too. Your common sense should be yelling at you right about now to not listen. Your senses protect you in this world. Use them. Sometimes you need to let your emotions guide you, because people will take advantage of anybody when presented with the right opportunity. So you ask yourself, why would they do that? Why would they want to take advantage of us? What do they have to gain? What are you giving up inside that organization? What are you giving versus what are you getting? Because, okay, let's all be honest. What you receive from worshiping Jehovah inside that organization is a resurrection hope. Not a resurrection guarantee, a resurrection hope. Like, maybe if you do everything perfectly, maybe if you sacrifice enough time, energy, effort, love, social life, just any and everything that you give up, maybe at the end of the day, you'll have the resurrection hope. It's still up to Jehovah at the end of the day, right? But what are you giving up in that time? All the donations financially, all the hours out in service, potentially trying to bring in new people, not really, all the countless assemblies and kingdom halls, just sacrifices of people and experiences that you never got to do, that you always wanted to do, but due to the regulations of the organization, you couldn't do them. You give up a lot for this organization. A ton. So if you ask me, that's very unbalanced. They're getting a lot from you while giving you very little. They give you a resurrection hope. They give you a place to worship, I guess. But you can't even guarantee that they're actually speaking for God. Ask for a miracle. And tell me this, before you even ask, I know for a fact you're going to know their response. You know it right now. You know it the same way I know. If you go to an elder and you tell them to perform a miracle so you could know that they're with God for real, first off, you're probably going to get called into the back room and they're going to ask you, what the heck is wrong with you? I think we both know that for a fact. They're not going to even attempt to perform a miracle. And they're going to question your sanity. And they're going to definitely question whether or not you should stay inside that religion, or should they remove you from that religion. I don't remember anybody in the Bible behaving that way. Most people in the Bible, you didn't even have to ask them to perform a miracle. They would just do it. Jesus was like, what? Y'all out of wine? Not no more, you ain't. He was raising people from the dead, and Moses was out here splitting seas open with his stick. Noah was out here riding on square boats, putting animals in 2 at a time. And the elder can't pull a little grasshopper out of his pocket. Come on. It ain't even like I asked you to burn a bush or something and make the bush burn without really burning. I feel like that's a little bit harder to do. But there is questions that you need to ask yourself. How do you feel? How does this feel? To have a human tell you that you can no longer speak to your parents or your child. To have a human tell you that your child needs to refuse blood, or you need to refuse blood and possibly die on an operating room table. How does that feel? Does that feel normal? Or do you have questions? Because if there's ever been a time where you're like, yo, if you're asking me to perform a miracle, I need you to show me a miracle first. Because the doctors are telling me if I don't get this blood transfusion, I'm going to die. And it's going to take a miracle to save me. So, okay, Mr. Elder, if I have to perform a miracle or wait for a miracle by refusing this blood transfusion, you need to pull a locust out of your pocket or something. At least guess what number I'm thinking. And I mean this. Because it's not just something extreme as a blood transfusion or refusing a blood transfusion. Before somebody is allowed to tell you you can't speak to your child or you can't be with your parent or vice versa because of the disfellowshipping and shunning practices within an organization, that's big. people died from that. People never recover from such acts. So if that is something that a messenger of God is telling you that God wants to happen, that messenger is going to have to prove that he's speaking for God. Listen to what I'm saying, and if you don't agree with me in the comment section, please explain why. I'll be looking at the comments from time to time, and chances are I'm going to see your comment. So let me see and hear what you have to say. Anyway, it's your boy Jay the Comedian. I hope y'all are having a great day. Holla at your guala. Deuces. Yo! Most people in the Bible, you didn't even have to ask them to perform a miracle. They would just do it. Jesus was like, what? Y'all out of wine? Not no more, you ain't.